Hello, my name is Dr. John Smelcer, and I'm a member of the Ahtna Tribe of Alaska. Ahtna is one of the 13 Athabascan or Indian tribes in the middle of Alaska. We're an interior tribe, not coastal like Eskimo, Inupiaq, Yupiaq, and Tlingit, and Haida, and Tsimshian, and Saxtun, Chaniga. We're inland, and I'm one of the last people alive who speak our language, and I wrote the dictionary way back in the 90s, and I've posted about 120 episodes so far of Ahtna 101 on YouTube. And I'm creating this brand new channel called Ahtna Myths, where I will tell in a more traditional setting the myths that I still remember, that I would hear all my life growing up, and post them for posterity, for future Ahtna members to learn them and to know them the way I knew them. So I welcome you. I'm wearing the traditional Ahtna regalia that my grandmother made for me when I was younger. The necklace I'm wearing had been given to Chief Jim McKinley way back, I think 70s, and in the early 90s, mid-90s, when I became the executive director of our foundation, it was given to me, and I'm very proud of that. I've spent my whole life around our mythology. I mean, as a boy, I'd hear them hunting and camping. I have some of my favorite memories of my life are sitting around a campfire somewhere in Alaska, especially during hunting season, and it's dark and it's cold, and we're all sitting around the campfire in bell bottoms because it was the 70s, and elders telling us these stories. So they're part of our way of knowing the universe, of knowing the world around us. And they're probably thousands of years old. Ahtna's been in Alaska for maybe 10,000 years or more. Our stories are ancient. Some may be very ancient. Some maybe not so much. I started off hearing them, but then I started writing them in the 80s. I was a college student in anthropology and in literature. I was taking courses in Alaska Native Studies, and I learned how to interview, how to do oral history projects. And so I started interviewing elders more and more. I started writing them down, audio taping, video retaping, and at one point, the famous history writer, novelist James Michener, who eventually published the book called Alaska. He did a book on Texas. He did books on Poland. I mean, he did Centennial. He did all these great, amazing books. One of the best fiction-type prose history writers probably America ever produced. And we became friends at the University of Alaska, Fairbanks, when he was doing his research for his book that eventually became Alaska. And he was impressed that I was doing this. And he reached out to Joseph Campbell, the famous mythologist. And Joseph Campbell began his career very much like me. He was very interested at first in Native American Indian myths. And that's what spurred his interest and became a lifelong interest. And he became arguably the greatest mythologist of all time. So he was told about my books, or my writing, my stories. And he asked for me to send a bunch to him. There's a car going by, sorry about that. And I did. I sent him, a collection of all the myths I had written so far. And he was really touched, and he told me to keep doing it. He told me how important that work really was, that I should keep doing it, and I have. I remember when I became the executive director of Ahtna's Heritage Foundation around 1995, 96. That summer, James Carey, a professor from the University of Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska Native Language Center, he had just retired. He was instrumental in creating an orthography, a writing system for Ahtna. I mean, it wouldn't have happened without him. And he came to visit me at my office and to let me know he had retired. And in my interpretation, he came to pass the baton. He wanted to say to me, an insider of the tribe, to keep doing the good work. And so I am. And so it's taken all these decades, but I am going to create this Ahtna Myths channel on YouTube and post as many as I can and as a traditional setting as I experience them myself. Well, thank you for watching this.